Why Vietnam? As I've mentioned more than once, I've been in business for 50 years. And I've been traveling overseas since I've been in my 30s. I more or less become educated through overseas travel. And who helped me with that? 3M. I was working with 3M for over 25 years, closer to 30. And they taught me a lot about technology, marketing, culture, boots on the ground, innovation, equipment, new business development. I could go on and on. So every year I've made it a habit since I've been in my early 30s to travel overseas, to invest in the culture, invest in meeting people and networking, the experiences. And what I've really learned a lot about is personal reflection. So how do I prepare for a big trip like this? In fact, this would probably be an extended trip. I usually go overseas for a couple weeks. Well, now that I'm in my early 70s, I have the time, the connections, and the opportunity, and the timing is right. With all the exporting and importing in Vietnam and all their emphasis on capitalism and technology, manufacturing, education, all the stuff that most people look for in business. And that's what I think for, is how can I bring the United States and Vietnam together in some type of matchmaking strategic alliance. But there's something that is very difficult for me, and that's the pre-travel anxiety that I get. You just don't get on a plane. And I've had some bad experiences where I had COVID in Italy, and they put me into a boutique for 10 days. And even though I didn't feel like I had an issue, they would not give me the right to fly until I was perfect. Then I had to check out respiratory issues. I mean, I have some great genes. My mother passed away at 94. My father's still spry at 99. And so I just can't count on the genes, man, you know? So I watch my diet. I just found out that I have celiac disease and didn't see that coming. My mental state, am I still sharp? Do I still want to do this? Am I motivated? I'm definitely in on education, but what about encouragement? I have to encourage myself to do these things. I empower myself. And at the same time, there's an investment. Okay? There's an investment. And that's financially, physically, it takes a toll. Traveling. I'm really concerned. I mean, I've flown to Japan. That was like 22 hours round trip from Florida. Well, Vietnam is 27 hours one way. That's going to be hard for me. So I'm preparing myself physically, going through all my doctor appointments, making sure I'm good, any medications, chiropractor, make adjustments there. I want to stay fit, so I walk a lot. And I took up bowling to keep active, making sure I have good balance and so on. So I've been taking bowling lessons. Physical fitness is a big thing to make sure that I'm ready for it. Sleeping habits, making sure that I could sleep well. How am I going to eat for these 27 hours, okay? I have friends in Ho Chi Minh where I'll fly into, and so I'm coordinating hotels, the best hotel for me, close to my friends. I got meetings set up with American Chamber of Commerce, multiple label packaging companies that I'll be visiting. I'll be doing YouTube, of course. Sandy, my associate's got me working on that. So this isn't always easy doing a video. But I've been accustomed to a boot on the ground. I've always been in sales, always curious, always reading, always trying to improve. But what do trips really teach me is basically the networking, the culture, the experience, the personal reflection. I got goals, I have a game plan. My biggest concern is always jet lag. When I was in my 30s, no problem. I didn't sleep. I'd only go to Europe or whatever, but this is different. It's different. And the airlines, I go Delta. I'm a Delta guy. I've got close to 2 million miles of air in my lifetime. So I always try to get the best seating, get situated. I'm always concerned about noise in other people and who's sick, who's not. Another thing I learned from friends of mine that travel to Asia, wear a N95, and I'm not accustomed to that, but I will do that because I want to make sure I'm in good shape when I land. I have someone picking me up, dropping me off at the hotel. I call the hotel, which is a Sheraton Marriott, and they're expecting me to come in early, so I got that all arranged. I got my e-visa for 90 days. I don't know. I don't have a return date yet because I don't know how well it's going to go. In the meantime, I'm going to be on YouTube, doing a few YouTubes, maybe even doing some tours. I'm going to hopefully get some great response where people want to work with me. If I need a translator, I'll get one. I have enough connections there. U.S. Embassy, I might stop in there or set up an appointment. My understanding is I might be making a presentation to the American Chamber of Commerce, the Manufacturing Committee. That's exciting. I do have some clients here that I'll be working on WhatsApp, Wi-Fi, text, whatever it is, international. That's the other thing I got, the international global roaming service. My plan is I do have a couple meetings that I'll get a sport coat probably made in Vietnam because I don't want to travel with a lot. I got two bags, and I've learned over the years how to pack light. But otherwise I feel pretty good about where I'm going. I get excited. I try to get everything going. I do have a team to write for me, and I got a couple projects I'm working on. I got some clients that is allowing me the timeline that I could work around their schedule. So you'll be seeing more and more on my Vietnam trip. I got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. I'll do the best I can to report how things are going. As I mentioned, my father's 99. That's probably my biggest concern is making sure he's good and healthy when I leave. But I have 10 brothers and sisters, so I figure he's in good hands. But I know my dad always worries about me. I worked with him for 17 years side by side. I eventually bought his business and eventually sold it. So I know he's proud of me with that because there was a successful transition all the way around. I am working on my third book, so I'll probably have a Vietnam part of this. My books are basically my legacy for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and so on. My story, geared at entrepreneurs, succession plans, exit plans, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and so on. And then ambitious entrepreneurs. And my hope is that I'll be speaking more and more about what it's like to be an entrepreneur, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, especially while I'm healthy. I got a lot of goals, got a lot of ambitions, I have high expectations, not only for myself, for the people I work with, and my kids are all doing fine, my grandkids are all doing great. 10 years from now, I'll be in my 80s. Well, I hope I'm healthy. So I'm going to do it now while I can, well, things are there, and I believe in God that is part of my purpose. My purpose has changed quite a bit in 50 years. 7 different careers and different connections. And what I really like is these younger people calling me, asking for advice. And their fathers are asking them to do certain things. And they're all just getting into the game. You know, I just talked to a couple kids from Notre Dame. They're seniors in Notre Dame. They want to be in the finance world. Their father's got them working on acquisitions. Rock, how do I do it? No problem. Here it is. Take step by step. Download this. If you have anything that you want me to take a peek at for valuations or strategy and how to buy the business, is it an earn-out? Is it an acquisition? Is it a tuck-in? Is it sustainable? What is it? That's why I'm really excited to go to Vietnam and see how they do it. You know, it's really exciting. And now with the new administration, the golden era is pretty exciting for entrepreneurs and people that want to be in business. You'll be hearing more, but Sandy's got me on this. I have my checklist tonight. I dropped in a couple of my bags, my luggage, make sure they're light enough that I could pop them in, have a simple carry-on, and then hope for the best to get there ASAP, intact, without being sick. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'll be praying all the way through. And I'm even planning, when can I sleep? When can I sleep? And so on. Because it's my body. I don't know. You know, in the past, I would just stay up all night watching movies or listening to music or audiobooks or something. Well, now, I came back from Japan. I fell asleep at the wrong time, and I had a bad jet lag for about a week. I'm trying to train myself what to do, what not to do, and so on. You can do this too. You just got to figure it out and get support when it comes down to people that you want to live your own life, you know, and that's up to you. My hopes is that people can have a great career and a great personal life as they live, and always bring joy. So that's my goal, is to bring joy to everyone that I meet, talking about balance, talking about careers, talking about family and everyday life. I have my ups and downs, but you know what? You still got to keep going, and that's what I'm going to do. Keep going. So I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Always bring joy.